This is my 5th year coming to CES, and every year there's one company that goes all out. Every company tries to bring their A game to the show, for sure, but one company really pushes the limits every time by bringing some absolutely bonkers tech to the stage. That company is Lenovo. And here at CES 2026, it's outdone itself with some truly insane stuff that you simply need to see to believe. Up first is this, which Lenovo is calling the Legion Pro Rollable Concept. This is for you gamers out there who wish they could pack an ultra-wide monitor with them wherever they go. With the touch of a button, this 16-inch display can expand out to a 21.5-inch ultra-wide monitor. If that's not enough for you, it can even go further than that into what Lenovo calls Arena Mode, which makes the monitor a whopping 24 inches measured diagonally. When you're done gaming and want a more typical laptop experience, just hit the button again, and it goes back into its 16-inch state. This is made possible thanks to rollable displays. Lenovo has done a lot of rollable display stuff in previous years, but now it's going all in. The next product I'm going to talk about also has a rollable display, but I still have a few things I want to say about the Legion Pro rollable concept. First, this thing is massive. It is very thick and very heavy, which kind of flies in the face of the whole idea of portability. But still, this is just a concept, so if Lenovo does decide to bring this to market, it would likely be slimmed down significantly before then. This particular concept is sporting some serious hardware though. The laptop's insides are based on the Legion Pro 7i gaming laptop, so it sports up to an NVIDIA RTX 5090 laptop GPU and Intel Core Ultra processors. Since this is just a concept, there's no pricing available, but judging by its specs and the rollable display costs, I feel like this would be very, very expensive if Lenovo were to actually release it. But hey, Lenovo has definitely brought concepts to retail many times in the past, so it's very possible it could do that with this massive machine. Next up is the ThinkPad Rollable XD concept. So we saw Lenovo reveal a rollable laptop concept a while back that was very similar to this. With the press of a button, you could extend the laptop's display upward to make a portable portrait mode monitor, perfect for coders, web designers, and more. However, that older concept hid the rollable display underneath the keyboard deck. This worked fine, but wasn't ideal. Now, Lenovo has hidden the rollable display within the display itself, which allows it to do this: have a display on the back of the lid. When the laptop is in its standard mode, you can see little widgets and other bits of information here. Obviously, this is a very niche concept that only specific people will really care about. But the idea of having a 13.3-inch display that can roll out to a 16-inch portrait mode monitor is absolutely nuts. Having a display on the back of the lid just makes it even crazier. But I'm not done talking about this yet because there's one other crazy thing. The top of this laptop lid is also touch sensitive. You can just tap and swipe up here to do specific things, including extend out the display. It also supports a voice command system for launching specific apps. The sky's really the limit for this machine, really. As with the Legion Pro rollable concept, this laptop isn't headed to retail anytime soon. I really hope it does though, because this is just crazy enough to work. So up next, we have a really cool product that you might have seen before. This is the ThinkBook Plus Gen 7 Auto Twist. This is a classic example of Lenovo making a concept product and then turning that into an actual retail device. We saw this a few shows ago, and now it's here, ready for you to actually buy. The first trick this laptop has is that it can automatically open and close through voice commands, which is pretty gimmicky, but also could be useful if you've got something in your hands, or in the kitchen with flour all over your fingers, or whatever. The next trick this laptop has is that when you open it up, you can swivel the display from left to right. That's pretty cool, but it can also do that automatically by using face tracking technology. Essentially, you could use this for a video call while you move around the room, and the laptop screen will follow you the whole time. Not only does this make sure to keep you in the frame, but it also allows you to continuously see the other people on the call, which is something software solutions like Apple's Center Stage literally can't do. Even if you ignore the swiveling trick, this laptop still has an amazing display. It's a gorgeous 14-inch OLED panel with a 2.8K resolution, 120 Hz refresh rate, and 500 nits of brightness. It even has touch support, which is always nice to see. The swiveling display might be the star feature here, but outside of that, this is a really nice Windows laptop. It has an Intel Core Ultra Series 3 processor, a 75 watt-hour battery, up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, up to 2 terabytes of storage, and a ton of ports for all your connectivity needs. If you're excited about this, it will be available starting in June 2026 and will have a starting price of $1,649. So that's it for Lenovo's crazy concepts this year. However, there is also a ton of other stuff the company is launching at CES, and one of the most exciting products is the Lenovo Legion Go 2 powered by SteamOS. Lenovo brought us the Legion Go 2 earlier, but it was powered by Windows. Now we're getting the SteamOS version, and it really is amazing. Physically, the device is the same as the Windows model. It does have some minor changes, like the labeling of some of the buttons, but overall, it's the same thing, just with SteamOS in place of Windows. But that makes a huge difference for usability and battery life, both of which will most likely be much better on this when compared to the Windows model. However, you will lose out on game compatibility. Although SteamOS supports more games than ever before, there are still plenty of titles that won't work on it, but will work on the Windows version. If you're on the fence between the two, I would say most people should buy the SteamOS version. Only people who know they need Windows to play a certain game should go with the Windows model. For some reason though, the Legion Go 2 with SteamOS is $100 more expensive than the Windows version. It starts at $1199 and will see availability in June 2026. Okay, one more really cool product to talk about here, which is this, the Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i Aura Edition. This looks like a standard 16-inch laptop, right? Well, it is, but it has one very notable trick up its sleeve. It comes with a stylus called the Yoga Pen Gen 2, but you don't use the stylus on the display, you use it on the touchpad. The touchpad on this laptop is called the Force Pad, and it was developed as a joint venture between Lenovo and Wacom. Essentially, this is a Wacom tablet built into a laptop. This is going to be a game changer for digital artists, graphic designers, and other creative folks who want to sketch on the go with the ease they get with their full-sized Wacom tablets at home or at the office. Everything else about this laptop makes it a crazy good machine for creators. It has a tandem OLED display that supports 100% Adobe RGB, P3, and sRGB color spaces, and can get as bright as 1600 nits. It has up to an RTX 5070 graphics card, Intel Core Ultra Series 3 processors, the works. Of course, laptops like these are expensive to make, so they are not cheap to buy. This laptop starts at a whopping $1899 and will hit store shelves at some point in the second quarter of this year. Alright, so those are the coolest and craziest things we saw from Lenovo at CES this year. Honestly, I love that companies like Lenovo exist. I love to see brands really push the envelope and come up with wacky ideas that might work or they might not, but they don't let that uncertainty stop them. So, which of these devices was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. See you all later.